Alright, so we're back in Satisfactory, and for the first time in a long time, the factory actually looks like it might be under control. We finally got coal power running in the last episode, which was probably the initial milestone that I was most looking forward to. Now, it's time to focus back on our messy factory. There's a lot of opportunities now to overhaul the disorganized mess that we initially created and make it much more efficient while we're at it. Anyway, let's see how this rebuild goes. Let's get started. Here we are back in Satisfactory. We are looking pretty good where we found last episode we were able to finally automate our power. So we are consuming 75, but we are producing 225. I'm not sure why that is up and down. It should be consistent at 225 because of the coal production facilities. We might have to go and take a look at that later. Anyway, we are here, we are back. Right now, I'm just starting to use that excess energy capacity to start buffing up our production lines. And what I really want to get produced consistently is these two things. I want to get reinforced iron plates and rotors produced consistently. Luckily, they all use pretty much just iron-based components. So this is an iron rod, and then screws, which are just iron rods made into screws, and then a reinforced iron plate is screws and iron plate. So I think we just need to buff out our iron production a little bit. The way to do that right now, and what I'm looking at here, is this appears to be our limiting factor, because we have these iron ingots going here and splitting out here, and also splitting out here, and it looks like we just don't have enough. Actually, it's splitting out three ways. We just don't have enough production of iron, and that's a pretty easy fix. We could just make another one or two of these guys and then merge them together. So we're gonna just go ahead and do that. Then we're gonna probably rebuild this entire area so that we can make it a lot more efficient, because right now it's honestly very ugly. One thing that I wanna do though, give me 1 second to find it, is I want to make a lookout tower. This provides a good vantage point to facilitate factory construction. I love this idea, and I want to make this somewhere over here so we can actually look at the factory. It's honestly extremely cheap. Let's go up here so we can take a look at what we actually have going on in here. You can't really see it from here, but this rock has one storage chest that I have this elevator pushing some materials to. I want to do this elevator thing with all of our major resources so that they essentially go up and then they work their way over to here, and then there's just all of the resource chests out there that we can just pull from directly, and then have everything centralized there. Ideally, this space elevator, we're likely going to move over to here, I think, so that it's out of the way, so we can use this space. But in the meantime, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And also, like I said, I think that we can actually make it so that we have 1, 2, potentially 3 or more ingot smelters here pushing to these 3, and then we can max out, hopefully, hell, we might even have a third. Yeah, well, the point is we're really going to building this part out. All right, let's get started. No point in talking more about it. How do I get down from here? Oh, that's not how. That's not how. Oh. Okay, there's not that much fall damage, so it's not a huge deal. Okay, we need constructors. Don't cost all that much currently, so let's go. Nope, we don't. Sorry, we will, but we need smelters. So we really just need. There you go. This doesn't have an inlet anymore, for the record. We are no longer storing it. And just get rid of that, actually. We're eventually going to want a storage for iron bars, but that's what we're doing right now. So let's make a couple smelters, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to redo this a bit. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this smelter, and let's get rid of this conveyor belt. What we actually wanna do is flip that around, say here, and we're gonna have 3 smelters lined up like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that gets us iron ingots. Now we essentially want, is 3 enough or do we want 4? I don't know, let's start with 3. We essentially want a splitter here, which is gonna go like And then 1, 2, 3. And then this guy actually needs to go like this. All right, there we go. That should be enough, actually. Just this one. If we need to, though, we can actually split and merge both of these together, which now that I say it, I like a lot better. How do I do that? How would I do that? What if I did this? Hold on. What if I did that? And then I did a merger. This. There you go. And then we go like this. And then we go like this. Yeah, now we have virtually unlimited ore. And if we still wanted to, we could still put our personal smelter here. There. There we go. All right, so now we have our personal storage there, which we're going to move eventually. We have basically an unlimited supply of ore that is feeding these three, which do not have... So iron ingots, iron ingots, iron ingots, and then we need power. Electricity is looking fine. These guys now need to be connected somewhere. So this is where we have to think. We just got to connect it to here, right? That's it. So we just need a combiner at this point. We need a logistics with a... Now that is what we're talking about. So this should be a near continuous stream of these guys. Right? Not particularly, but I think the actual issue is that our conveyor belts are too slow, which we can fix. If we come over here and we change our research over to not be this, but to instead be Logistics Mark II, we can get Conveyor Belts Mark II, which transports materials significantly faster. Now, this is what I think we need, so let's do this instead. It's a decent amount of resources, but it's nothing that we can't overcome. For example, we have all the concrete we need right up front, and everything else we should be able to produce fairly handily. So we have lots and lots of ingot construction now. Like we said, we're just capped basically by the speed of the conveyor belts right here. This speed of the conveyor belt and these three are what appears to be the limiting factor, I guess, or the speed of the splitter. I don't know if the splitter has a speed though. So this gets combined, and everything feeds this way into these machines. So it goes, one goes into here, which is producing screws, and one goes into here, which is producing rotors, of which actually it is producing a pretty hefty amount, which is great. We definitely need to be producing these iron rods in a way that we can control. I'm thinking of throwing another splitter on this. Great, and then off of this, we can actually make ourselves a constructor that specifically makes iron bars that's just for us. Iron rods, and this will keep just for us. Whew, that was a lot, but it's complicated and convoluted, but we are definitely doing what we need to do. It is producing what we needed to produce. All right, let's see what we can do about finishing up logistics 2 for ourselves, and we can probably do that relatively easily. There we go. So that's another part of this done. Now we just need the iron plates and the 50 reinforced iron plates, which do kind of stink to make, to be honest, but let's make the iron plates. We need 300 of them. Oh, wait. We already have 300 of them. That's perfect. All we need is the reinforced plates, of which we have 6 currently. So reinforced plates require screws and iron plates. 6 iron plates. Yeah, that stinks. So we need 6 times 50. We need 300 iron plates. Let me just see something. This should be... Yes, good. So this is pulling in iron plates. And just like that, we have a couple more. All right, here we go. We have it. Let's do this. Let's launch it up and get our logistics. Now let's try to unblock ourselves again. Hopefully, over here.
Reached. FICSIT would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency.
So we are...
Recreational
yeah, you see this?
Use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Stay efficient. Don't disappoint, FICSIT.
You can use the conveyor belts as a way to automatically get around. This conveyor belt is, I think, the limiting factor. Let's check that. What does it cost for... Ugh. Unfortunately, it costs the dreaded resource. We really need another one of these assemblers that specifically does those darn these guys, the reinforced iron plates. This just serves to show you how desperately we need to automate reinforced iron plates. That is the thing we need to automate right now, and that's what we're working up to. We are beefing up our entire iron production side right now so that reinforced iron plates are no longer an issue at all. And we started back here, now we worked our way here, and hopefully this should make it more efficient. And let's see, if we do this, so we need 9, I see. You know what we're gonna do? Put a crafting bench over here so we have one close. Okay, and we need 2 more of these guys. Okay, now, if I'm not mistaken, we come here, we do this, we do this, we do this. Now, what does that do? Okay. That feels better, doesn't it? So is the slow part is now just these guys, I think, right? Or did that speed up our production on the other end as well? All right, so we actually only have 2. We're gonna do this. We're going to... Okay, there you go. And then one of these is going to go like that. And then the other one of these is going to go to a storage crate. For now, we'll keep it here. Eventually, I will be moving it. There we go. So actually, we are running into, finally, a bottleneck on these iron rods, which is exactly what we wanted to see. And we have them coming into storage, which again is exactly, finally, what we wanted to see. What this means is that we can either increase screw production by amplifying this to another constructor, which I think would be a decent idea. So we're gonna redo this back section finally in just a second. Let's just get more research going. First, I think we can go back to vehicles if we want. Okay, good. All right, we're getting closer, guys. Next up, what I wanna do is I actually wanna remove this guy, space elevator. We're gonna move it somewhere else. We're gonna move it all the way over here, unfortunately. It was cool there, but it's just in the way, and we need that space to be able to actually make our manufacturing area look good. So the space elevator is going to come up here on this area, and we're just going to put it something like... Okay, I'm fine with that. It's big, but it's out of the way. And now we have a lot more wide open space that we can use to actually get stuff done. There. Alright, now we have an infinite storage of limestone. Just a quick aside. Alright, so we have more room there. The other place that we could use more room is this main hub really shouldn't be here, and this does not need to be connected. Ah, crap, look at that. It's gonna dismantle this box. He's the problem. Yeah, let's move this hub and give us more manufacturing room over here. The problem is we're gonna have to move it somewhere along with a couple of personal storage chests. So let's make a couple of personal storage chests here. Just make a storage area, basically. So I'll do like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now we can put a lot of this stuff in here. We're just gonna store everything. Good. We tore down the hub. Now let's put down the hub again. But this time we're gonna put it, I think, back here. That feels relatively good. It's a little far away, I know, but it's kind of fine because I don't know, it's honestly, we'll just walk over here. And this is where we're going to put all of our storage chests that we're going to pipe all of our resources from our factory over to over time. Let's get rid of the MAM. Let's put it over here as well. There we go. And now we have a lot more space to actually get stuff done. This is where I think we can have some fun. So we need some advanced fabricators. This is one, but we're gonna need some more room for some constructors back there. We're gonna get rid of this assembler and we're going to remake it. So let's take the rotors out of here. We actually need our inventory again. Hold on a second. Let's take all. Okay, great. Let's take apart this assembler. Okay, and then let's take apart this. Okay. So what we have is we have a ton of output, and then this feeds here. So this is for nails that we're going to take away. I think we need, honestly, like 2 or 3 nails factories. So we're gonna go to production, we're gonna go to constructor, and we're going to put 1, 2, 3. I don't know if we can use all 3, but we're gonna start there. Let's see if this works first of all. We need a splitter. Splitter like that. So 1, you go here. And then you are gonna feed here. You are gonna feed here. You are gonna feed here. That works. You guys, I just want screws on all of you. Just produce a crap load of screws. So now drop one of you here. Okay, so they should all be producing screws now. Yes, okay, I think we have this. I think this should automate those 2 primary assemblers that I've been struggling with, or those 2 primary things that I've been struggling with so much. I do need the metal plates though. Now, for what it's worth, we actually need, reinforced iron plates. I'm gonna put another crafting bench here. All right, there we go. So the first one, we're gonna put one here, and this one's gonna be reinforced iron plates. I think, here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna go with a merger. like this. This. Like this. So these all combine into one. You also need iron plates, which I think can come off here, because this is iron plates as well. So, if I'm not mistaken, we can go like this, come out this way, and then in that way. Like that. Okay, and then you like that. And then this one should be good, minus power, which we can do by doing that. And okay, there we go. So now we are not producing because we don't have enough screws. Well, we are producing, just not fast. We will accept it. Iron plates are the limiting factor here, so we can consider expanding out the iron production from that one to be 1 or 2 more. That we could do later, but that's fine. Let's make our next advanced facility for the other one, which is rotors. We just need 8 of these guys, which are thankfully being produced here, just very slowly. They are short on iron plates. Why don't we just jump start them quickly? Yeah, you can see screws is not the issue. Move this equipment workshop over here. I'm actually running a little bit low on iron ingots, to be honest. Alright, I'll tell you what, I don't think we need iron ingots stored anymore for the most part. So I'm gonna just build out another couple of constructors here. That should be good enough. And now we can do... Okay, that is plenty of iron plates. That is actually overkill on iron plates. Whew, that was a lot. We are making progress though, because look at that. That's just cranking out those iron plates. That is not really going to be an issue anymore. Production, we need another one of these assemblers. It is so nice to just have the materials that you need. It's such a, like these iron, reinforced iron plates. It's such a nice feeling. We'll do this one here. And now we just need to figure out how to get everything into here. And again, we are making this guy rotor. So we need 2 things that are going to be a little bit awkward to split, if I'm being honest. Because of these kind of awkward lines. Unless I'm mistaken, we can't just go through... Yeah, can't just go through another one. So we have to go... essentially up and over. Luckily, it's not all that expensive, and we can just grab some stuff off of this line. Kind of have to go like this. What's coming in here? Yeah, these are the screws. So screws up. Now flip this way. And then if we line it up, which we probably didn't, we should be able to do... No. Okay, so that's not how it works. Because this is how it works. Oh, that's fine. There. Okay, so now you have screws, and that'll work. And now I just need to find a way to get you over here, which is going to be basically the same thing. Let me just raid my storage of iron scraps. There you go. We should have enough now. I think I understand how we're supposed to do this. So now watch this. We go like this. We go like this. We go up fairly high. And now we go like this. And this one comes over to here. And there. There, right? It's slow. We probably want to upgrade the speed, but it's consistent, and it's got iron rods and screws. No power. We can fix that in just a second. There we go. And now it should be performing the way it's supposed to. We have both of those materials automatically producing finally, because those have been honestly really frustrating materials to get. Now, much less so. I mean, that's pretty good. We have 43 and we haven't made any of them. They were really annoying to produce previously. And this one, it's going pretty slow, but it's going. It's like a screws issue still. How could that be? Because I guess this is too slow? I guess this is too slow. We can speed up these conveyor belts. Wouldn't mind doing that. That might help a little bit. No, that one helped. That helped that. Yeah, this one's fine now. Oh, this one is fine. This one is fine. That actually fixed everything. We have a constant stream of everything going in. This thing's slow. So this one's bottlenecked by that being slow. Upgrade this. Yeah, that should speed that up a bit. Okay, fine. I'll take it. It's automated. Might be slow, but it's fine. It's acceptable. So the question is, do we want to automate any of the remaining big heavy lift things while we're here? For example, we have modular frame that we can automate if we want from reinforced iron plate, which we just got, and iron rod. I think we can manually make this one for now, because honestly, production rate's only 2 per minute. It's not like it makes a lot, generally. Well, you know what? Let's do this and get the vehicles. I have 20 already. You know how long that would have taken us before this episode to make? 129 rotors that we didn't have to touch. Yeah, this is great. This is so great. Yeah, some things are just better manual right now, like this, because there you go, that's 26. And now we could just do this. Let's just make sure there's no other, before we start funding this one, let's just make sure there's nothing else we want to do. We can do steel, which is really probably good for us, but before we do, I like the idea of playing around with vehicles, or at least having the ability to make vehicles. It is pretty expensive, is the problem. All right, screw it. Let's do this. There we go. So we need these. Sucks to use all of them, but it's fine-ish. Cables we actually should have over in the other area, and iron plates we might have over in our storage area as well. I think it's about time that we start centralizing our storage, like I've been saying. No. So I don't have to run all through my production facility every time I want to do something. You are making cable. All right, all we need left is iron plates. All right, these two alone are handling it pretty well. I'll tell you what, we're gonna kill this. Send all of the output of this one up. Uh-oh. We are running low on power. That is not what you want to hear. I don't know why the fuse blew. it's because it keeps dropping down to 150 for some reason. We're gonna want to go take a look at the energy production in a little bit, but this has been pretty grindy. I apologize because I know you've been sitting through it. This has been absolutely worth it because look at what we've been able to accomplish. We can just produce rotors, and they took forever before, and we can just produce these 31. We just crank them out. It's such a good feeling. This hopefully produces faster, although we might want to find a way to increase our personal storage. We can just make it ourselves. All right, 400. Whew. That's a lot of manual. Gotta find a way to buff up this storage so that we can get those iron sheets a little bit easier, because I don't want to have to do that. There we go. We get vehicular transport. New vehicles, new buildings.
Milestone reached. Tractors permit pioneers to move around the world in a manner similar
Picks up
to
and delivers
using legs,
resources.
except with wheels and a rampant consumption of natural resources. They can also be automated to self-drive and deliver resources between truck stations.
Wonder how far
which
they
in
can
turn
go.
facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and refueling.
Let's try to make a tractor and see. We're gonna make a vehicle. We're gonna need a vehicle station, and we'll figure that out. So we can make a tractor. It's not super duper expensive. Those cubes are okay. Truck station is also not crazy expensive. I just want to know how long tractors can go, because you know what I would love? What if it can go all the way over to the coal production place, pick up coal, and bring it all the way back here, like an automated coal pipeline using these tractor things. I want to make one. I just want to see what happens. Let's just make one. We need just 5. We have a tractor that we can make. That is way bigger than I expected it to be. Oh, this is an okay road. Okay, we can make do.
Tractors can use any type of fuel and have a self-driving feature, much like Pioneers, only more reliable. Set your path up in advance using the vehicle path tools in your build menu. Unlike early self-driving vehicles, the tractor will not spy on you. Your employee data is already fully surveyed by other means. Further information on vehicle automation is available in the codex.
If we do tractor vehicle path. Oh, I see. This is one way. So we actually need to make like a loop. All right, let's make a truck station. I want to try to do this truck in an automated way. Maybe go and get coal. I don't know how it's going to work. I need this over here. Oh, I see. So there's an output and an input. Fuel and then resources in. So we can transport coal or we can transport whatever we wanted to. Okay, we're gonna dismantle this for now. I think I kinda understand. Basically, if we have some level of a remote production, like if there's an iron node over there or whatever, and we want iron in somewhere else, we could just have it imported via truck instead of needing to do this everywhere, which is make an ultra compact build like we have going on. This somewhat makes sense. I think I'm understanding somewhat what we have to do. The next thing I think we do is I think we go over and build more energy supply, because clearly it's still a limiting factor. Now we can make use of these trucks to transport the coal instead of having to do it the way that we've been doing it, like a giant conveyor belt or otherwise. So let's do this. Let's make sure we have enough resources, but I don't think resources are going to be a problem now for these coal production. Let's just make sure. I'd like to make, say, 3 more coal power generators, and again, we can basically make 3 coal power generators with no problem at all. We need 1 more advanced metal sheet, and then we probably are going to want another water pumper, likely. I don't know how many that can sustain, but it can't be that many. Do another 2 minutes to get 10 more reinforced plates. Once we have that, we should have everything we need, actually. Yeah, for a second pump, that's fine. Oh, you know what? We're going to need miners. Miners aren't that bad, though. Miner Mark 1. Yeah, that's no problem. We just need a couple more portable miners. Let me just make them. Okay, I think that gets us where we need to go. Let's grab these metal sheets from here. hopefully that's everything that we needed. Again, I would love to make the trucks and the truck transport facility, but I don't think we need it just yet. Let's just firm up our energy and figure out what's going on while we keep dipping in energy. Again, I don't love these energy dips here, so that's kind of a problem because it caps our energy production. But we should be able to fix it or figure it out pretty quickly. You know, I fought you guys before. If you chase me all the way down, then I will fight you, but I don't really feel the need to fight you. Hey, we could make a zip line also. If a zip line is bi-directional, which feels outlandish, but maybe, that would be really helpful. All right, oh. You got some big old teeth. All right. So what's going on here? Why does this keep going down? Yeah, I mean, it definitely keeps going down. You should be paused, even though you're showing as unpaused. Yeah, you're paused. Now, which of you, it's that one. Nope. They are all online. Water. Yeah, look at that. You don't have enough water. You have full water. Okay, well, that's the issue. So the split isn't reaching correctly. We need another pump here. And try this. There we go. Okay, so that should fix this. Actually, you know what? 45, 45, 45, 135 cubic meters per second, or per minute, is what we're using. Let's see what this is actually producing. If it has any space, then maybe we don't have to build another one in order to power more. This is producing 120, which is less than the 130 that we need. So we're not producing, oh no wait, no, max flow rate is 600. So yeah, we can just keep making off of this one as long as we have the proper amount of pumps. Well, we've stabilized our power at the very least. It should be very stable now at the production. Nope. Why? Okay, I'll tell you what. Is that doing it? Still going down. You don't have enough. Because of this, I guess. Okay. Is everybody full on water now? Does that fix it? Okay, that fixed it. Whew. Gosh, that was awkwardly difficult. You don't have anything now, of course. You know what? What if we stop fighting this and just make another pump and connect them? Okay, yeah, there's the issue. It's 120 meters cubed per minute is the output. I don't know why I fought so hard against that understanding, but you know what? Whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to production and we're going to go to a water extractor. We are missing a couple of copper sheets. That's not a huge problem. I'll make a crafting bench down here, unless I already made one, which I did. We need a couple of copper sheets. Now we are going to make a second one of these. And we need some pipes. So, missing a copper sheet. We had a bunch of copper sheets. I think this is doable. I think I can do this. I think I know how too. So let me just see what I can do first. So we're gonna put a junction here. Here. Okay. Okay, so now we should be seeing a lot of flow. Yeah, so now we're seeing a lot of flow through here, which should be stabilizing this. That we should not see any more drops here. That would be extremely frustrating if we saw any more drops in water. And we can expand outwards unfortunately, just a little bit. We actually need another pump in order to get some of the additional gains that we want. Yes, good. Okay. So we can put, I guess, one more coal factory here, and our water capacity should be able to sustain that. Coal power generator, we can make one more. We just gotta figure out a spot that works for it. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We do this, and then we just input the coal from over here. There. All right, now coal should come along here, and then all we need is for this guy to be connected to the water, which is easier said than done for sure, but I think we can do it. By the way, are you getting enough water? Yes, you have plenty of water. Okay, so we're going to try this. We're going to try to junction off this, and now we need a pipe here. Alright, that looks pretty strong to me. It's filling up. It just needs a connection to the power. So if we go like this, like this, like this, this. How are you looking? Okay, you're full. Our production is now 300 megawatts. And I think everything is stable. Yep, you have a stable amount of water. Let's just check these two. Stable amount of water and stable amount of water. Okay, we did it. We have a stable 300 megawatts, which was the goal right there. So now we have basically double what we're currently using. We can continue expanding our power production outwards without having to worry as much about, well, losing energy, which has happened now many times. Let's turn this guy off. I think we're good. Whew, that was another big episode. This game is a grind. This game is a lot of logistics, but look, our power plant, it's doing really well. We unlocked vehicles. We figured out all of the iron production we need for the most part for those advanced materials. We've gotten pretty far. I'm pretty happy with what we did. With that said, thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode of Satisfactory.